Some fragrances, when you smell them for the first time, just leave an indelible mark and a lasting impression. This fragrance is definitely one of those for me. Of course, I'm talking about from Argos, Triumph of Bacchus. Stay tuned. So, as I said in my last full review, I'm only going to cover presentations when they're noteworthy. And this is definitely a noteworthy presentation. Let's take a look at the box. So this is the outer sleeve box. Greek mythology style, Triumph of Bacchus, size and concentration. Artwork continues all the way around the box, as well as on the top. More fragrance information on the back. I'll use the ring light to glare across with the Argos logo. SKU, barcode, batch information, and then the base of what they're standing on. I mean, it's just gorgeous. In regards to the actual box, it has a textured print with the Argos Fragrances logo, name of the fragrance. That print continues around the sides. Have a reflective material on the top and bottom. It is a magnetic flip side. It has gold as well. And then you have fragrance information, as well as the notes. A foam with felt cover, die cut out to fit the bottle snugly in place. And I mean, look, just the shape and the detail. It's perfectly laser cut to fit the bottle. The box itself is gorgeous. And for the coup de grace, this gorgeous bottle. Presentation, no expense was spared. This beautiful plate, this Triumph of Bacchus, gold and silver, all the detail work on this. It is outrageous. Argos raised on the glass. The cutout, this is all just a chunk of glass, a very, very thick base. The contours, Argos logo on top. Gorgeous, that beautiful amber colored juice. Fragrance information on the sticker on the bottom. Cap does not click into place, it slides on and off. That would be my only complaint, is that no way, no how are you even moving this across your desk with this cap. And then standard atomizer, not pressure sensitive, but does a great job. And this beautiful scent, let's get into it. So Triumph of Bacchus was released and classified. Notes right here for you. So when you spray this one up top, you're gonna get the peach, rum, and tobacco. That's what just hits me in the nose right away. It's very prominent, it's very present, but the difference with this one, it's extremely clean. Those of you that have seen me talk about this in other list videos and stuff like that, you know I like to talk about how clean and pure of a smell this is. That is 100% accurate. It's the cleanest, most sophisticated boozy tobacco fragrance that I have ever smelled. The peach blends so well into this. You're going to get a little bit of fruits. There's some apple up top as well. And once you get into that heart and that transitional phase, the rum and the tobacco are still the stars of the show here. It doesn't drastically change too much. It's relatively linear, as in your fruits start to burn off and the rum absolute and tobacco really take over with this one. There's a warmth and a richness. There's not really much spice in here that you will get. There's a little bit in the background. There's a beautiful sweetness here as well. It's just a gorgeous scent through and through. Once you get into that dry down, the rum and the tobacco are really there throughout. The rum does tend to fade over time, with the tobacco being the most dominant note off of my skin. And there's a beautiful warm amber, a little touch of vanilla for that sweetness, and there's a beautiful sandalwood note. It does add a creaminess that you start to get in the early dry down, late transitional phase, which I would say after about 10 to 15 minutes, you're in that heart, because the opening does start to pass a little bit. And it's just a warm, beautiful, amber, boozy tobacco scent at that point. And the deep dry down, it's pretty much sandalwood, amber, and there's still a little bit of tobacco in the background. It's not heavily nuanced, but it's not extremely linear at the same time. So in other words, the happy medium there is it's relatively linear. And what I mean by that is it slightly changes over time, but not drastically. Now in regards to performance, so it's stellar, it's absurd almost. This is an extremely long-lasting fragrance, 12 hours and beyond. It all depends on what time of the day you take your shower as to when it's going to stop working, because you'll be scrubbing it off. It's extremely long-lasting. I don't rate them the way I used to. I just discuss these things and give you my thoughts now, and it's absurd. If you're looking for an all-day fragrance, you're looking at an all-day fragrance. Projection on this one as well, very loud, very pronounced. You don't need many sprays. I'm actually wearing this fragrance today. I have 3 sprays on, one on each side of the neck, one on my chest. It's more than enough. This is a very loud fragrance. You get your money's worth across the board with Argos, from the presentation, the quality of oils, the scent profile, to the performance. It's stellar. Final thoughts on this one. Argos Triumph of Bacchus is a must buy. You need to get a carded sample, because it's expensive to buy a bottle. I understand not everybody's going to want to blind buy $200+ fragrance. I understand that. There's a link below that'll save you 10%. Get a sample pack, get a carded sample. They now offer 30 milliliter bottles that are smaller versions of this 100 milliliter bottle for those that don't want to shell out the money for a 100 milliliter bottle. Because trust me, 30 milliliters of this fragrance will go a long way, because you do not need to spray this one heavy at all. You're actually doing a disservice to you and everyone around you if you spray this one heavy. Less is more with Triumph of Bacchus, I can assure you. This is must buy. Buy a sample if you're not prepared to buy a 30 milliliter bottle. But if you've smelled this one before, you're on the same wavelength with me and you understand how awesome this fragrance is, save 10% on the bottle in the link below, because this is a must buy, in my opinion, for any boozy tobacco lover that wants a boozy tobacco that's not full of incense and smokiness or a bunch of oud or it's overly sweet. This is none of those things. This is clean, this is pure, this is sophisticated, and this is potent. And that's Argos Triumph of Bacchus. Well guys, that's my thoughts and full review on Triumph of Bacchus from Argos. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. Love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried Triumph of Bacchus already? It's stunning. It's my favorite fragrance from the house. I have Baccio Immortale. I have the Pour Homme as well. Both fantastic fragrances in their own right, because Argos does not do they don't have a bad fragrance. I haven't tried the women's line, but Triumph of Bacchus is a stunner. And if there's one to get from the house, ladies, guys, it don't matter. It's as unisex as you want it to be. Ladies can wear this too. This is the one, if you're only going to get one, in my opinion, of course. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Triumph of Bacchus and you give it a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.